Alright, and welcome back. Today we are looking at something very exciting, waiting for this for a long time. The new Fuel EXE. That's right, that is an electric bike you're looking at. Pretty fantastic. So we're going to go on a ride and check this bike out. This one is Trek's new electric bike, and it is well spec'd even at the entry level, beginning with a carbon fiber frame and overall brand new design. Now this new design is much more customizable and much more user-friendly. As you can tell, it is hard to tell it's even an electric bike. You look at the motor and you have to look to see where it is. It is just tiny, smaller than that chainring, which is a rarity for e-bikes. And by the way, this ride gets pretty rowdy towards the end, so keep an eye out. So this is TQ's new electric system. Has this really nice built-in display, looks fantastic and works quite well. Has a very simple but intuitive controller system where you're just increasing and decreasing very simply. Front fork, you have that RockShox 35 Gold RL debonair spring, and it has all that motion control, dampener, lockout, tapered stereo tube. It's pretty fantastic. In the back end, you have a RockShox Select Plus RT, and this one is going to perform really well too, with just that dual position controller where you can lock it out or have it open. Lots of adjustment there. This new frame design has that minnow link as well as a lower link option to change, so you're really able to dial in the fit and feel to it. It looks clean. They've added new clamping systems on that lower link there, you can see, so it really will prevent bolts from loosening off as aggressively, and it's just going to work a little bit better. Honestly, they've really thought this out. You can really customize what you're putting in there for shocks, and overall it's going to perform very well with that 150mm travel. It does have a new seat post size, so this is that 34mm style. It's going to be a little thicker, a little stronger. It's going to perform a little bit better and last a little bit longer with a nice Bontrago remote. Cables are all integrated, and then they run down like shafts essentially inside it, so it's a very quiet, rattle-free bike frame. This is carbon fiber, so it is going to perform really well, and they come out the back end for a very clean aesthetic look. 4-piston brakes. Now these are the Shimano ones. They will work very well. They do have a lot of brake to it. I might upgrade the levers, but I'm pretty happy with the setup I have on the Fuel EX8. And then it does have that Dior 12-speed setup to it. Obviously, nothing wrong with this. This shifts so nice, very fast, very responsive. Tons of range, which you will need because you're still going to be putting in a lot of work to it. Paired with an E13 crank. Looks clean, looks good, and it's especially nice to see no bulky battery or motor attached to this bike. Obviously, you don't get as much power assistance, but we'll touch into that later. Tire-wise, they've gone with the biggest, beefiest, tubeless setup you can get pretty much. XR5 team issue 2.5. This is going to give you a lot of traction, a lot of durability, and a lot of puncture resistance. You're going to be able to really slam some downhills and big rocky terrain because of that. Still has that Trek shield on it, but that carbon frame just looks super nice. The matte black satin in it is very, very clean. Like I said, very intuitive. They have a good push and a good feel to the buttons. It's not like a heavy click, but it's not like a long push to go through. The menu options are very simple. They're very easy to do, and you get a decent amount of information about your battery percentage and level on the controller or display you see right there in front of you. Trek does also have an app for this, so you're able to really dial in a lot of custom controls with this, including the power output, the pedaling response, so how fast that power is really going to kick in while you're pedaling, from really slow response to really fast response. And then also a lot of the power output, so how much level of assist, how many newton meters, how much percentage of assist in each mode, all fully customizable via that app, as well as some weird tracking modes so you can track your whole ride on it. Not really sure why they put that much effort into this kind of app, but The customization is fantastic. I think it's going to work really, really well. The build your own kind of profiles is just something which, I mean, the Bosch system has, but this pedaling response, a few little details which will change how this bike handles and rides, is going to be fantastic. Overall, this is a whole new type of e-bike. If you haven't seen other reviews on it, it's very, very interesting. So little talk into that. The motor is only a 250 watt maximum continuous rated power with a 300 watt peak power. So it's kind of low in the power output with only 50 newton meters of torque available. Now, that's not a downside. It's just shockingly low compared to what we're used to hearing from like the EP8 system from Shimano or the Bosch systems. All of those have much higher peak and much higher torque levels. The point with this one is to be as lightweight as possible and overall become just an assist bike, a true assist bike. This isn't going to be doing the work for you. You're still going to have to work to get to it, but it does take that real edge away. That is something that many of the bikes lack in. They're always really doing the work for you as opposed to just taking or just assisting. This one is a true assist bike. This is a bike that could ride with other mountain bikes. Most e-bikes I find are just far too fast, far too powerful up hills. They just blow everyone else out of the water. But these new Fuel EXEs are something you could bring to your local group ride and still ride with everyone else. The downhills are going to roll super fast. You're not going to have a super heavy bike to handle or need to throw around. So these tight single tracks I'm doing here are going to perform superbly well. With only a smaller battery at 360 watt hours, it may seem small, but you're not using the battery as continuously as you would in these bigger ones, which are full assist bikes. You know, they are designed to assist you pretty much from beginning to end, all the way through. That's taking away the climb as much as possible. The Fuel EXE is still for the climb. It's still for you working. It's just to take that bite away. And honestly, it's doing a really good job. I have only rode this bike briefly, but the reviews we've got back from it are that you're still burning, you're still sweating, you're still getting that last little push out, but the bike is there in that top end mode to just ease it back so you're not dead. It really is a true assist mountain bike, and I think it's one of the first ones, honestly. I don't think there's many others out there that are like this. I'm pretty excited to see where the Fuel EXE goes. I'm super surprised that no one else has anything out there like this yet. Or Bayer just released their new one and it is still just a full-on e-bike. I don't see why no one has done something of the combination like this, where this is a regular mountain bike weighing only 44 pounds. You know, it's not much heavier than a Slash, but now you're going to be able to really hammer the trails. This is the new Fuel EX geometry with 150mm front fork. So downhills and aggressive stuff, you're really going to be able to handle no problem. It's really going to be able to shred that trail. You're going to be able to fly down and still work, but maybe average speed uphill would be a little bit faster. Overall, the design of this one is to assist. The design is to still bike and still control it exactly the same way you would have before, but it's just going to take that teeny bit of a bite away, and it's really customizable. I think that's that big key and takeaway here. You can really design this to be the bike you want it to be as opposed to anything else. All right, I'm going to continue this ride. We're flying here. This is this is called Gun Club Downhill. So if you're ever out that way, Gun Club Downhill, and you get this big, long, flowy, fast section, and then it opens up to a field. It is fantastic. It is very fun. Highly recommend it. It's a bit of a climb back up. You're kind of doing top to bottom there, but it is extremely enjoyable. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of this video. Hopefully this was helpful to someone, but yeah, the Fuel EXE might be a brand new category where more brands are gonna follow. I don't know why I chicken out on this one, but for some reason I chicken out, and that's okay. This is a fast section, and if you don't hit things right, you're just going so fast, it's gonna be pretty catastrophic. That one there is only like a foot high, but it kind of kicks you straight up, so it's a little chaotic going over. Gun Club Downhill, you gotta try it out. Good luck, guys. Woo!